go ahead and start recording this. It is preparing the live video, so your guess is as good as mine as it's going to be live on Facebook, but I will post the recording should I not be successful with my technological endeavors this evening. So like I said, let's go ahead and start flat on our backs, feet flat on the mat, knees bent and touching in that nice constructive rest position. And let's go ahead and just place the hands on the low belly and just take a couple natural breaths. And just let your breath be what it is. And just think about how your hands feel as they lift when you inhale and float towards the mat when you exhale. And just connect with the breath here. Let go of the day. Let go of what you might be having planned for this evening and just be here now. Hear the sounds around you. Feel the air on your skin. Let's go ahead and deepen the breath here. So just count silently to yourself how many beats you take to inhale. It doesn't matter how many, just whatever it is, let it be. So maybe it might be 2 or 3 or 4 counts. So let's say maybe inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And then match the exhale to the inhale. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Just make sure that no matter what the count is, that the exhale matches the inhale. Maybe pause for a beat after you inhale. And then pause for a beat when you exhale. Just letting nice, clean, fresh oxygen flow throughout your body. And washing away all the old carbon dioxide. And let's take 2 more breaths here. So again, at your own pace, nice and even and slow. And then let's stretch everything out on your next inhale. Go ahead and stretch your legs out long on the mat. And stretch your arms up overhead. And just reach from side to side, lengthening the right side body, lengthening the left side body. Just a full, fresh, kind of a good morning stretch. Maybe roll the wrists and roll the ankles one direction. And then maybe switch to the opposite direction. And when you next inhale, exhale, go ahead and draw your knees into your chest. And give them a nice little hug here. Hands can be on the knees or on the shins or maybe wrapped around. My arms don't go that far, so mine are just here on my shins. Reminding me that I have COVID legs. I haven't shaved my legs in like a month. That's okay. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't really see it anyway. And then go ahead and plant your feet back on the mat, nice and parallel and in line with your hips. And walk yourself actually, let's go ahead and stay here. We'll stay here and we'll do some nice little rolling bridges here. But let's warm up the pelvis a little bit, and we're just gonna kind of rock it up and down. So kind of lengthen the tailbone downward as you sort of lift the pelvis towards you, inhaling to rock up slightly, and then exhaling to lift the small of the back up off the mat and draw the pelvis away from you. So it's kind of like a pelvic bowl there, and you're sort of tilting the bowl towards you and then away from you. Just gently warming up the small of the back. Inhaling to tilt the bowl towards you. Exhaling to tilt the bowl away. And then let's go ahead and come up into some rolling bridges. So we're just gonna draw the hips, the pelvis upwards. So inhale to tilt the bowl towards you and lift the hips upward, any amount. And then exhale to roll one vertebrae at a time and tilt the bowl away from you. And let's do a few rounds of these. Maybe each time you roll upward, you come up just a little bit higher. But again, keep it nice and low and gentle. No strain or stretch. Just feeling that nice opening in the low back. And the next time you exhale, stay on the mat and just gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Not very far, just warming things up. So one thing I have learned is if you try to push yourself too far, too fast, that's when injuries can happen. So even if you're used to going all the way down to the side, give yourself a little warm up first. Maybe feel a nice little pressure massage across the low back there. And the last time you go to the left, that's your last time. Draw the knees up towards the sky. And then let's lift the arms and warm up the shoulders here a little bit. So palms are face down on the mat next to your hips. And we're going to inhale and lift the arms up over your head, fingertips pointing to the sky, and then exhale to lower them back to the mat. And the next time you inhale up, maybe take the arms back just a couple inches farther. And then exhale the arms back beside you. And do that again, inhaling the arms up, back any amount farther. And then exhale back beside your hips. And then inhale the arms up and overhead. Maybe the backs of the hands come to the floor. Maybe they don't. And just let them stay there. Stretching the arms up overhead. And then turn the palms to face each other so the thumb tips are pointed downward. And then we're going to reverse the process. So inhale the arms up. Karate chop, exhale to your sides next to your hips. Inhale the arms up and overhead to the full extent that's comfortable for you. Thumbs tip towards the floor and back and forth at your own pace. Just letting those shoulder sockets warm up. Nice and gentle. And the next time you bring your hands to the mat, we're going to stay there, palms down to the mat. And then let's put that all together with the rolling bridges and the arms. So let's Inhale, lifting the hips, lifting the arms, bringing the hands behind you. And then exhale and lower everything back down to the mat. Inhale to lift the hips, lift the arms, back behind you. And then exhale everything back to the mat. We'll do that 2 more times at your own pace. Getting everything nice and stretched out and open, bringing some space. And the next time you bring everything to your mat, let's go ahead and hug the knees back into the chest again. Maybe rock a little bit from side to side, if that feels good. Maybe change how far you have your legs tucked towards your collarbones. So you might have them drawn in as close as is comfortable for you. And you're gonna get a little different area of the back than if you have the knees drawn away from you. So just find some areas that feel really good. And just let it be slow and soft and kind of a little pressure massage there from the floor, from the ground, the earth. And then go ahead and cup your knees with your palms and extend your arms out long so the feet are still off the mat and relaxed. And then exhale. On your next exhale, draw your knees towards your chest. And then inhale to open both knees out to the sides and down. And then exhale the knees in toward one another and up towards the collarbone. So we're inhaling out and down and exhaling in and up. Just letting the circles be as small or as big as is comfortable for you. You can have these circles be nice and slow. If you want to involve the belly a little bit more, involve the core muscles a little bit more, you can take the hands off the knees and take them down to the mat and really tap into those belly muscles as you inhale and exhale to make the movement of the legs happen. And then the next time you exhale, you're going to switch the direction of the circles. So you'll inhale down and out and exhale up and in. Down and out, up and in. Again, either with the palms cupped over the knees or really tapping into that core to let it power the legs around for you. And then hug the knees into the chest. Let's go ahead and kind of roll it up and down on the spine a little bit. Just kind of rock back and forth. If that doesn't feel good to you, you can just roll over to the side and press yourself up into a nice comfortable seat. Let's go ahead and take Dandasana, staff pose. Legs out in front of you, flat on the mat, palms or fingertips out to the sides, sitting up straight and tall, drawing upward from the base of your spine towards the crown of your head, keeping the neck a nice long extension of the spine, flexing the feet, pointing the toes kind of towards your face, maybe widening them up, letting some air flow in between the toes. And sit up tall here and draw the arms up and overhead Inhale. Exhale to relax the shoulders down the back. And then inhale to tilt forward from the hips. Taking the fingertips to the mat beside your legs, either beside the thighs or the knees or the calf, however far forward they go comfortably. Just inhale the spine nice and long. And exhale to draw the shoulders toward one another and down the back. You might inhale again, and then on the next exhale, take it a little further down, or you might be comfortable just staying there. You can stay there at any level that's comfortable for you, or if you like, you can go ahead and drape the upper body and just let the back be curled over the thighs. If it's in your practice here, you might hold the bottoms of the feet in the hands. Draw yourself a little closer. You could even use a block at the bottom of the soles of the feet if you want to take it a little bit further, but don't strain. You just want to stay where it feels nice and comfortable and restorative for you. The next time you inhale, go ahead and hinge back upward. And then we're going to go ahead and bend the right leg. Take the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh and let the knee come towards the floor. If you have a block or pillow here, you might want to have it underneath the knee to give yourself a little bit more support if that feels comfortable. And we're going to do the same thing, forward folding over the left leg. So bring the arms out and up overhead on an inhale. Exhale to relax the shoulders down the back. And orient your torso so that it is facing over the left leg. So we're not bending out this way towards the midline, but right over that left leg. So inhale up and hinge forward. And then again, exhale to bring the palms or the fingertips to the mat. Relax the shoulders. Take a few breaths here. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to come forward any amount more if that's feels good to you. And if you like, you can go ahead and relax the head, relax the neck. Bring the head closer towards the knee. You could use a block at the sole of the foot here if you want a little bit more of a stretch. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and lengthen the spine and hinge back upward. And then let's switch legs. Bending the left leg, bringing the left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Left knee's drawn towards the floor. Again, could be propped on a pillow or a block if that feels good in your body. Arms up and overhead, reaching to the sky on an inhale. Exhale, shoulders down the back. Over the right leg, go ahead and hinge forward on an inhale. And then exhale to bring the arms to the mat or the palms or the fingertips, whatever naturally lands there for you. And then stay here for a few rounds of breath. Again, trying to keep that nice even flow, that nice even inhale, matching the exhale. You might relax the head and neck towards the knee here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and lengthen the spine. Draw your spine upward, crown towards the sky, and bring both feet in, sole to sole, cobbler's pose, Baddha Konasana. You might put blocks or pillows under the knees here. You can hold your ankles with your hands, or you might cup the toes. Stretch the spine out nice and long. Maybe draw the shoulder blades down the back. And then inhale to hinge forward at the hips, keeping the spine long, as if there's a little hole dug there and you're trying to see what's down in the hole that you don't want to fall in. Exhale the shoulders down the back. Inhale the spine long. And on your next inhale, bring the crown towards the sky. Go ahead and cross the legs and then roll forward onto all fours. We're just gonna take a few cat-cows here. So palms underneath the shoulders, index fingers parallel, knees underneath the hips, feet parallel, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. Nice long spine here from tail to crown, keeping the neck an extension of the spine. Inhale to drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the hips, cow pose. Exhale to round the back, drop the tail, drop the head, cat pose. Inhale, cow, feeling the stretch all the way up the front of the body. And exhale, cat, pressing into the fingertips, not dumping too much of the top of your body, the weight of your body into the wrists. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, rounding back into child's pose. Take a breath here. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, drawing forward, all fours, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, rounding into child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round into child's pose and stay here. Letting the big toes touch, taking the feet wide on the, or the knees wide on the mat. You can bring your forehead to a block or to a pillow if it doesn't comfortably come all the way to the mat. And just let the forearms rest gently on the mat here. Then go ahead and take your right palm either all the way to the edge of the mat or maybe even off the mat. And then stack your left palm on the back of the right hand. Stretching out the left side body. You can bring your head to the mat or to your bicep. Inhaling into the left side body, opening up space in between each rib there. And exhaling to draw the left hip towards the left heel. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to draw back towards the heels. Take another full breath here. And on your next inhale, go ahead and walk your hands back to center. And then take them over to the left side. Left palm at the edge of the mat or off the mat, off to the side. Right hand on top of the back of the left. Letting the head and neck relax. ribs. Breathe, inhale into the right side body, opening up those intercostals between the ribs, and exhaling to draw the right hip toward the right heel. Let this be soft. Let it feel good. Let it make space. And on your next inhale, go ahead and walk back to center. And bring your upper body back into tabletop, but keep your big toes touching and your knees wide on the mat. Take your left hand and place it right underneath your face on the mat. And then take your right arm and open it up towards the sky on the right side body. Again, no need to crank too high. Exhale the arm back down. Inhale towards the sky, opening up that side body. Just gently maybe reaching a little farther, back and forth. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to bring the arm back down. And the next time you inhale the arm up, stay here. Wiggle the fingers, stay for the exhale. Inhale one more time to reach any amount higher. And then exhale to thread the needle. Bring the right arm underneath the left and bring the right shoulder to the mat. Rest the head on the mat. You can stretch the left arm out long along the mat. Or maybe you can take a little bind and bring the back of the left hand to the small of the back. Or you might just have it giving you some support with the palm pressing into the mat right beside your right arm. But inhale into that right shoulder, letting the back open up, making space in between the shoulder blades. Relaxing the weight of the body into the mat. And stay here for a couple breaths, feeling it out, letting your body tell you just the best place for it to be. And on your next inhale, go ahead and draw the left palm towards you if it's not there already. Lift the upper body back into tabletop position. And then we're going to switch arms. Right palm underneath the face in the center of the mat. And we're going to inhale the left arm out and up towards the sky in a little twist. Exhale the arm back underneath you. And then inhale the arm up towards the sky. Exhaling down. Inhaling up for the twist. One more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. Wiggle the fingers. Reach for the sky. And then exhale to thread the needle. Bringing the side of the head, the left side of the head to the mat. Left shoulder underneath you. Right arm can be extended long or supporting you right here next to the left arm. Or you can take it up and over so that the back of the right hand is resting on the small of the back for a little bit of a bind here to open up the shoulder. But wherever you end up, let the weight of the body surrender into the mat and open up the shoulder blade, gently pressing in. Keeping your gaze soft or your eyes closed. Inhale as if you have a balloon in that shoulder and you're blowing up the balloon. And then exhale to soften and Let all the air out. Stay here for a couple of breaths, letting the upper body just be heavy. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and walk yourself back up. Bring your knees back underneath you, and then crawl forward on the mat until you're down in Sphinx position. The whole front body is pressing into the mat. Tops of the feet are pressing in the mat. Legs are straight. Drawing your elbows right underneath the shoulder blades, right underneath the shoulders here. And then drawing your heart forward, opening up your collarbones and letting the shoulder blades come toward one another and down the back. Keeping the neck nice and long, another extension of the spine. Inhale here, and then exhale to let the chin come towards the chest. Inhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. We'll just do that a couple of times, rolling back and forth. Nice and slow and easy. If you find a spot that feels particularly good, I invite you to go ahead and stay there and explore that area, letting your body tell you what it wants. And then let the chin come to the chest, and inhale the head back up as an extension of the spine. Let's go ahead and keep our forearms on the mat and walk the knees underneath the hips for a little puppy pose. And you could have the knees right underneath the hips, or you might draw them back a little bit so that the heart can come closer to the mat. And really draw the shoulder blades away from each other and down the back, making space in the shoulders. Letting the head come to a block or to the mat. Opening up the shoulders, drawing the tailbone up towards the sky. Stay here for a couple of breaths, couple of rounds of breath, nice and even. And then we'll inhale to walk the knees back underneath the hips if they're not there already. And then come back up into tabletop. We're going to go ahead and inhale the right leg out long, curling the toes under, feeling a stretch in that calf, keeping the toes to the mat. Take a breath here. And when you exhale, go ahead and draw the knee up towards the front of the mat, drawing the right knee towards the right wrist into pigeon pose. So the calf is in front and the left leg is out long behind you, top of the foot into the mat. You can sit on a block here or on a pillow if the hip doesn't come all the way to the mat. You might be more comfortable letting the front of the shin be parallel with the front of the mat, or drawing it as much as the heel in towards the left groin, the right heel towards the left groin there. That's about where I like to have it. Have your fingertips on the mat in front of you, keeping the spine long, the neck long. And you can stay here, or you might go ahead and walk yourself down to your forearms, or maybe take prayer position here and let the forehead come to the hands. Or you might even stretch the arms out long and let the forehead come to the mat. Feeling a stretch in that outer hip there. Keeping that nice, even breath. You might even feel your heartbeat. Feeling the opening in the left hip crease. When you're ready, go ahead and walk yourself back up. Curl the left toes under, lift the knee, and take the right leg back underneath the hips. Stretch the left leg out, curls toed under, feeling a stretch in that calf. Remember to keep a nice flat back here, keep the neck long. Keep the fingertips pressing into the mat. And on your next exhale, draw the left knee towards the left wrist. Swinging the foot out in front of you, either with the heel and the groin, or the shin parallel with the front of the mat, or anywhere in between, whichever feels best in your body. Again, you can sit on a block over here, or a cushion, or a pillow. Keep the spine long, up on the fingertips. And when you're ready, you can walk yourself down to whatever position feels good for you, either the forearms to the mat, or a prayer position with the forehead to the thumbs. Maybe pressing into that third eye there. Or you can draw the hands out long and let the forehead rest on the mat. As you inhale, think about stretching that left outer hip. Think about the space in the right hip crease. Listening to the sound of the breath. And on your next inhale, go ahead and walk yourself back upright. Curl the right toes under, stretch that calf again, feel that space in the right hip crease. And then draw the left knee back underneath the hips. Take a couple of cat-cows here. And then sit back on your heels. And you can swing your legs out to one side or the other, or you can cross your ankles and come back to a comfortable seat. Go ahead and scoot yourself until you're centered on the mat. Take either your block or a rolled up towel or maybe a foam roller, whatever you have handy. We're going to put it back behind us so that we're kind of supported underneath our shoulder blades. So I have a block, and the bottom edge of my block is right about where a bra strap would be. Stretched out so that the block is wide, supporting my shoulder blades, and gently letting the crown of the head come back to the mat. So that's what that would look like with a block. When you come up, you'd walk your elbows down to support yourself. If you have a foam roller, you would have it lengthwise right underneath your spine. Let it support you. If that's too much for your neck, You can place a pillow behind the head or another block. Whatever feels best for you. You might want to experiment a little bit to see where the sweet spot is. But when you find that spot, take a nice big inhale here. Let the knees be bent and the feet as wide as the mat, parallel to one another. Let the knees touch and open up the arms out to the sides as if you were in Shavasana, corpse pose. Letting the collarbones be open, lifting the heart to the sky, letting the crown of the head be massaged gently, maybe rock the head a little from side to side. Inhaling and exhaling, staying in this nice supported fish pose. Breathing a nice deep breath. Maybe if you've been breathing in a cycle of 4 beats, you might want to take it to 5. So inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause, and then exhale for 5. And then pause. Letting the breath be even. Letting the heart be open. Drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. And you can stay here, or you can remove the block to come to a full fish pose. So if you're going to do that, roll gently to one side or the other to pull the block out from underneath you. And rock the knees from side to side, and as you lift the left hips off the mat, take the left hand, palm down on the mat underneath the left buttock, and then rock the knees towards the left, lifting the right buttock and taking the right hand underneath. So your hands are next to one another, palm down on the mat underneath your booty. Thumbs are touching, or as close to touching as is comfortable for your arms and your shoulders. You can kind of draw the arms closer to one another underneath you if that feels good. And then you can take the legs out long. Maybe point and flex the feet here a couple of times. Let the ankles loosen up just a smidge here. And then press the balls of your feet towards the edge of the mat, kind of making a high-heeled shoe position with the foot. Spread the toes out wide like the fin of a fish. And on your next inhale, press with your elbows into the mat as you lift the heart, lift the head, look at your feet, and then exhale to gently let the crown of the head come toward the mat. And the crown might come all the way to the mat here, or maybe you would like a block or a pillow. But you're lifting the heart up towards the sky, drawing the ribs in towards one another, hugging the ribs in, not letting them splay out too much. Opening up the front of the body, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. Breathing here. And when you're ready, you can inhale to lift the head, look at the feet again, and then exhale to take the back to the mat. Bring the arms out to your sides. And just take a moment to rest in Shavasana. On your next exhale, go ahead and draw one knee and then the other in towards your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then clasp the right shin in your hands and let the left leg go out long on the mat. And you can kind of roll that right leg around in the hip socket. Maybe open up the right knee towards the floor. Exhaling it back to midline. Inhaling to open any amount, whatever feels good here. Exhale back to midline. Inhale to open. And then the next time you exhale, go ahead and draw the right knee across the body for a twist. Resting the right foot either on the left leg or on the mat, or maybe take it to a block or a pillow if that feels good. Maybe take the right arm out to the side and look across your right fingertips. So the right knee is pointed towards the left, and the right arm and the gaze is pointed towards the right. Inhale into that right hip, feeling the stretch across the IT band. Maybe even take your left hand and kind of massage that IT band if that feels good there. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, tap into that core just a little bit to help you roll back to center. Drawing both knees into the chest. And then clasping the left shin in the hands and letting the right leg go out long. Maybe make some little circles in that left hip socket. Maybe inhale the left knee out to the side and open. And then exhale to draw the left knee back to the midline. Inhaling to open. Exhaling back to the midline. Inhaling to open one more time and then exhale all the way across for your twist. Left foot resting on the right leg or on the floor or on blocks or pillows. Left arm open out to the left side, gazing to the left. Maybe massaging that IT band with the right hand. Really just letting yourself relax into this twist. Take another round of breath here. And then inhale back to center. Knees into the chest. Roll the ankles one direction and the other. And on your next inhale, let's inhale everything out long. Arms up overhead, legs long, toes pointed. And then take your right hand towards the right top corner of your mat. And then take the right foot towards the right bottom corner of your mat. So you're kind of making a little crescent C shape here with the right side body. And then go ahead and follow that curve with the left arm and the left leg. So you're kind of in this little banana asana, this banana shaped pose. You can stay here, or you might want to clasp the hands for a little more stretch in that left hip. You can cross the left ankle over the right ankle. Inhaling into the left side body. Exhaling to relax the weight into the mat. Inhale, toe to fingertip. And then exhale to relax. One more round of breath here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and bring everything back to center, stretching it out long. Stay for the exhale, and then inhale to the left side. So left hand towards the top left corner, right foot towards the bottom left corner, following with the right arm and leg, making that nice banana shape, banana asana, which I don't think is a real Sanskrit word, but I love the way it sounds. Maybe clasp the hands, point the fingers, maybe cross the right ankle over the left if that feels good. Letting the right side body open up. Stretching to the point where it feels good and not beyond. No straining here. Take a last breath here, and when you're ready to inhale, come back to center. And then take the hands back next to your hips and get ready for your Shavasana. You can have the legs stretched out long, feet wide on the mat, palms out to your sides and turned up towards the sky. Take up as much space as you have available to you. Letting the shoulders come close to one another, snuggled underneath and down the back. If that doesn't feel good in your body, you can have the knees bent and the feet wide on the mat and let the knees draw in towards one another. Or you could maybe support the knees with blocks or blankets. But whatever restful position that you find, where you can just surrender the weight of the body into the mat, I invite you to take that here. Take the biggest inhale you've taken all day long. And then exhale out the mouth with a sigh. Do that 2 more times. Big, big inhale, filling up every inch of the body. And then exhaling out with a sigh. One more time, inhale. And then find stillness here. Just breathing at your own pace. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. Tuck the chin in towards the chest a little bit to keep the neck long. And if time allows, you can stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. Or you can go ahead and bend the knees if they're not bent already. And roll to one side or the other into a fetal position. Take a full round of breath here. And then when you're ready, press yourself up into a seat. You can take a cross-legged easy pose here, Sukhasana, or Siddhasana with one heel in towards the groin and then the other. Or you can take Dandasana again, a nice staff pose. Legs out long, feet flexed, toes pointed up at the sky, and maybe a little bit towards your face. Spine is long, no matter where you're sitting or how. Spine is long, neck is long, shoulders are relaxed and down the back. Take your palms or your fingertips out to the side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to relax the shoulders. And then inhale, palms up and overhead where they meet. Anjali Mudra. Bring the palms down to the heart where we gently tilt the chin. The light in me recognizes that you have the same light in you, a light we all share. Thank you for joining me this evening. May you be happy, may you be healthy. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you guys coming.
Thanks, Christine. My cat enjoyed it.
Aww.
My cat usually enjoys it too, although I get in trouble because she likes to scratch the screen.
Oh, she just is, anytime laying on anything on the floor, she was just laying on me.
Oh, that's awesome.
I quite enjoyed it.
Thank you. Have a good night and a good weekend.
Thank you. You do the same. Let's be like Cat.
Yeah.
Good night.
Night.
I don't think it went live.
I don't think it